Yo, what's up everybody? Big Chill aka Big Chili Dog here to give you my favorite fighting game mechanics and mainstream fighters. Because you haven't been living under a rock, you know that fighters of newer year, sounds goofy I know, but it's okay, has been becoming more and more mainstream. If you don't know what that means, let me enlighten you real quick. A fighter becoming more and more mainstream is just it becoming easier, however that may be, gameplay wise, inputs, or even mechanics. But overall, the game becomes easier to appeal to a more casual crowd in lieu of the hardcore fan base. Some hardcore players may like it, and others may not. You guys might be wondering where I stand on all this, but that's for another video. This list will be going over all the games that would mainstream to appeal to a more casual audience. So with that in mind, let's start it off. But first, I gotta let you guys know that these are all my opinions, and of course, some of my opinions might not align with you guys' opinions. That's okay. Just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So, let's get it started. Here we go. So, kicking off the list, we have Street Fighter V V-Trigger. The V-Trigger mechanic is essentially Street Fighter's comeback mechanic, but it does not give you extra damage or allow you to heal potential health back like some of the other fighters on this list. What it does is buff your character in a different way than most fighters, giving your character access to new moves and abilities or buffs to existing moves. In Alex's case, the mechanic allows him to access a clothesline that can parry incoming moves and even supers, so long as he has the meter left to activate that move or parry. And to tell whether you have V-Trigger or not, you can look in the bottom left or right hand corner of the screen, depending on which side you are facing. And right above your critical art or super meter, you will see a V-Trigger bar, which fills up in various different ways throughout the game for all the characters. So some characters would have to just parry just parry moves or use their V skills to build up their V trigger. Another way to build up your V trigger is also by getting hit and taking damage in this game, however that may be. But now V trigger can have a plethora of new moves for characters, but overall it's a fun, unique mechanic that brings a new and exciting combo/comebacks to the game. Although I feel V Trigger would have been better in any other Street Fighter game, to be honest. Street Fighter 5's it's okay. It's okay in Street Fighter 5. I feel like it would have been way better in Ultra Street Fighter 4, but that's just me. I think it would have been magnific for Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4 at least. That would have been fantastic to see. But I mean, it's in Street Fighter 5. I think it's a neat and really cool mechanic to play around with, and it also gives you access to like new combo routes once you pop it and use the specific moves you are given in that state. Overall, I think it's a good mechanic, and it's a solid 5th on this list. In the number 4 spot, we have Dragon Ball FighterZ Sparking. This mechanic is a better X Factor, if you will. I think everybody would probably say that, because X Factor was fucking busted. It was it was so bad. But what Sparking does essentially is when you how to activate it, you just click all 4 buttons, and if you notice at the top right of your screen, or top left, right or left, again wherever you're positioned on the screen, there is a little circle with I would say a lightning bolt-ish thing in the middle of it. But when you click all 4 buttons, you go into it and you pop this little aura around you. Now what this aura does, once you enter the mode, it knocks back your opponent. See that? If they get hit by it, it knocks back, but if they are to block it, as so. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Hold on. Here we go. Alright. If they are to block it, they are and essentially they are an advantage here. And what happens is you have to block their next attack. You cannot press after that. Sparking gives you 20% extra damage, and that tacks on to characters' transformations such as Golden Frieza, or level up such as Adult Gohan, which adds on to their level up slash transformation. So I think Golden Frieza gets like a 5% or 10% buff once he goes into Golden Frieza, which stacks on to with the sparking. Now, it's not like it all inherently gives them 30% flat. Like, no, that's too much. What it does is it pretty much scales the sparking down to 10%. So it attacks on 10% and 10%. So it becomes 20%. So all in all, it's still like an even 20% across the board. In Super Broly's case, I think you just automatically get, I think it's 25, because if you have shirt off, you get a inherently 5% damage buff. This mechanic is very great for comeback mechanics. When you hit your opponent with this move, as I can show you here, you get this extra pop-up state, and it's a really small pop-up, and it allows for some cool ass combos. That's just it's just something simple. It's something simple. It gives you more damage. Gives you a pop-up if it hit on a block. You just have to eat whatever your opponent's doing next. Another neat thing this mechanic also does is when you vanish in this game, I don't know why I showed you that first. When you vanish in this game, you get the initial follow-up. But if you're in sparking, if you say you don't want to follow up, you just want to get the max punish, you can do that. And you get an actual follow-up off of it. Bam. Right? So that's neat. And if you are, well, I can't really show you here, but if when you're taking damage or your character's taking damage and you have like this blue health, which is potential health that you can heal back from swapping your character out, sorry, or you can use sparking to get it back if you don't have any other characters to swap out, say you're on the last character. So that's also really neat. And also keep in mind too, sparking only lasts as long depending on how many characters you have left. So you have 3 characters, sparking is just going to be very short, but it can be long enough to perform a TOD, or touch of death. If you have 2 characters, it's going to be about medium, and if you have 1 character left, then it's just going to be long as hell. And a good way to counter that is by doing a bunch of supers or very long cinematic super, which would be like a level 3 or something. So there's ways around it, but it's all in all, it's a great mechanic, and I think it's just an improvement upon the X Factor that was introduced in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or sorry, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Okay, so next up for the third mechanic we're going to talk about is going to be in Soul Calibur 6, which is the Soul Charge mechanic. I think it's a great addition to the Soul Calibur series, and overall I like it, and I especially like it better than what they gave us as far as like the 1-button supers. I really am not a fan of that 1-button super thing, but anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Soul Charge. What Soul Charge does essentially, for at least I think the whole entire roster, is it gives you a pushback, right? So you go in Soul Charge, it's this. Oh man, I forgot how you reset stuff in this game. Oh, you can't reset with Soul Charge still active. Tragic. Anyways, on hit or block, this pushes your opponent back, and it gives you an access to a whole new set of moves, which bada bing bada boom. You can see there, without Soul Charge I would not be able to access this last hit, as I can show you here. Bam. I couldn't access that, right? Gosh, I love this character. This character has some good throws. Pressing the buttons, I can't access it, right? But if I'm in Soul Charge, You can access select hit. Bam, bam, bam. Boom. There you go, right? And for some characters, it also gives them extra damage. I'm not sure if it's for all characters. They get extra damage on certain moves, but I know Astroth definitely gets it. Keelik definitely gets it. So Astroth gets extra damage on most of his throws while in Soul Charge, as you can see there. And this is also gives him access to something else. Yeah, you can tech roll at it, so that's not a big deal. Gives him access to like a whole plethora of new moves. I forgot what. Dang, I forgot what that one was. But he spins around a bunch of times and he whacks the heck out of you. Yeah. So, in most cases, you can tell when you're in Soul Charge by either your weapon glowing. If you can't notice that your weapon is currently glowing for some odd reason, you can always look at the top middle and see that you or your opponent is in Soul Charge, because the bar, the soul gauge as they call it, is gonna glow a highlighted white color outlined by blue. I'm gonna call it white outlined by blue. That's pretty much what it is. But in Keelik's case, as I pull up Keelik, but in, like I said, in Keelik's case, he actually gets a transformation. So literally goes into, I think this is called Berserker mode, and he gets access to new moves. The whole shebang. And it's different for him too, because the Soul Charge state actually kills him. Like, it slowly takes away his health, right? And it gives him access to a new super, which is this thing here. That does a lot. Does a lot of damage, right? And this is his super without Soul Charge. So Keelik is an extreme case of when it comes to the Soul Charge. I didn't realize that that super healed him a tad bit. That's kind of neat. I didn't realize that before. But yeah, so not only does it transform him, he always stays in Soul Charge until his Berserker form kills him or the opponent kills him, pretty much. And then he gets access to a whole new super, which does a lot of damage, mind you, if it's in a combo. Right? Something that I wish it did for a lot of characters was give them EX moves, because EX moves, I think, are really cool. Like, in most cases, it just enhances moves, which you can see, like, right there. Oh, what did I just do? I did something. Oh, I did something. There you go. You see how... You see that little, like, aura below him? That's literally just... That's literally just essentially saying, like, hey, you got, like, a, I guess a new... Because I think this is the same, so I think it's literally just saying, oh, you gain extra damage from this move. Because that's literally the same whether he's in Soul Charge or not. That's like the same thing. It's just more damage. But again, like I said, I really wish they would give everybody their own not special moves, but EX moves, because it's really cool, especially after seeing Geralt having those EX moves. I was thinking, oh, hey, look, he has them, so maybe they'll give them to the rest of the cast and we can just enjoy EX moves throughout this whole entire game, which I think would have made the game a lot better and a lot cooler, but we didn't get that. I mean, overall, it's still a neat mechanic. I just think they could have tweaked a couple of things and done some stuff differently and made it just a little bit more better. Like on block, for instance, if it didn't put, like, I wish it didn't push back on block. You know what I mean? I wish it didn't push back on block. I just wish you would just had to hold that pressure. You know what I mean? I don't mind on hit if their opponent's not blocking or they're in the middle of attacking. You do it, they get pushed back. That's fine, right? But on block, I kind of wish it didn't push back. Other than that, neat mechanic. I enjoy it. I like it. They did a good job. Did a good job. All right. The next mechanic on this list is Tekken 7's Rage mechanic, or state, or system, whatever the heck they call it in this game. I cannot remember for the life of me. It's been so long since I played Tekken, but I love this game so much. Sorry, series, franchise, whatever. Same thing. Oh my god. Anywho, the rage in Tekken 7 is activated by reaching, I want to assume it's below 30% health. As you can see in the top where the health bars is, once you reach that like blue portion of the health, you are in rage state. Hold on. Where do we go to can do the health bar stuff? Oh wait, I can't do the health bar stuff, but I can put myself in rage. Bam! Your character glows red, which, oh my god, you cannot see it on this game, but you can see the aura though. You can see a little bit of aura, but your health bar starts flashing red, as you can currently see, which is neat. What this does is it gives you access to damage. I'm not sure whether it's 5%, 10%, or 15% extra damage, but you do get access to extra damage, as I can show you here. That does 18 alone without rage, but with rage it does 19, literally 1% more. Okay, so that does 24. Let's see how much it does. Oh wait, no, that was 24. We didn't charge it. That's 26, literally 2% more. Wow, that's interesting. Anyways, so again, I'm not sure how much damage you get access to. What damage buff I mean is, but yeah, your health bar goes red. You get all that. Now the neat and fun thing is, you get access to a super or rage drive. And your rage drive can be multiple moves, one move. Across most characters, it is usually predominantly one move. But some characters have extreme cases where they couldn't fix their rage drive from being so shitty that they had to give them a new rage drive. And what a rage drive is a move that makes your character highlights blue. It can be a wall splat, it can be a combo tool, extra wall carry, etc, etc. But in Gigas's case, it gives him a run state or a run stance. What this stance does is it gives him access to a multitude of different moves out of this stance. It gives, first of all, it gives him frame advantage. You cannot block it, you cannot sidestep it. You have to either neutral jump forward and do a button and punish me for it, which is really hard during pressure to figure out when it's coming out. Actually, not really, because it does have a little bit of startup, so you can do that. But again, the moves you have access to out of it is a high that is an unblockable after a certain amount of steps. You also have access to a mid, which wall splats, and sends your opponent flying if you're not near a wall. So if you're like this far out, you just get sent flying. And the longer you kind of like step, the more damage you do, of course. That's another mechanic tied to his run stance, which is something I think is pretty neat. And then the last thing you have access to out of this state for Gigas is literally 1+2, which is a jump. So if you think they're gonna call out the high or the mid, or they, you know, say you've been running for so long already and you're like, oh, I wanna, that doesn't work. You know, you've been like, oh, stomp. You know, you just wanna, I don't know, you're feeling saucy, you wanna call them out pretty much, I say. Or you're feeling goofy, you just want to do something stupid, you do that. But for most characters, you either get a stance. Actually, not even most characters. There's a few characters that get the stance and options out of the stance, which is Giga's case. Other characters, you get just one specific move that does a good amount of damage, a good amount of wall carry, and wall splats, or whatever on hit. And in some characters' cases, like Yoshimitsu, if it's out in the open and you hit him with it, that's an automatic launcher. That is an actual launcher that you can combo off of. I think it's actually a corkscrew for him. But some characters also have it where if it's out in the open, it's not a corkscrew, but it is a launcher. And you can get a corkscrew off of it and continue your combo into a wall splat or whatever. So it gives a lot of neat options in this game too, but I think it's really cool. Now, for the thing I don't like is the one button supers, also like in Soul Calibur. Bam. You don't get invincibility, but you do get armor. You do get like super armor. These can be blocked, of course, and you are punishable, of course. So they don't do much damage by themselves, as you can currently see with that doing like 57 damage, right? But if you were to, let me see if I still got this. Oh my god, I don't have it. If you were to put them like at the end of a combo, oh my gosh, I do not have Gigas combos anymore. Oh, hold on. I think I got it. I'll just do something simple. Bam, right? Where to put it at the end of a combo to give you, I would say pretty much big damage. Should do about 90 to 100. Yep, see 103. That's pretty big damage, right? So alone, raw, they don't do much, but in a combo, they are scaled, but they'll do more than what they'll do alone. So it's nice. It's a nice little balance that I think they found the perfect harmony to. You know what I mean? I think it's amazing. Here's the thing though. You got to use it wisely, because once you can't see it, but once you use your rage, it's gone. It's gone for the rest of that round. You cannot use it no more. You do not have access to extra damage, your rage drive, or your super no more. You're done. It's over. It's over. And also, yes, you can be hit out of your rage drive, because your rage drives don't have armor at all. Like, none of them have armor, so they are not armored at all. It's only the supers that have armor. So you have to be very careful, pick and choose where you want to use your rage drive, because you are susceptible to being hit. Use it properly, and you can be at a good frame advantage. You can have frame advantage, mix up your opponent or whatever. Not in Giga's case. Gigas does not. No. Because like at the end of this run, you see how he recovers? He recovers before me at the end of this run. So Gigas either has to decide whether he wants to use his rage drive on an actual button, or if he wanted to just block out of his rage drive because he knows his opponent's gonna guess right. Because if, let's just say my opponent blocks. Let me see. CPU. I'm gonna have you stand guard. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Boom. Right, that pushes him far away, but Gigas has long limbs to reach and make up for that being pushed so far away. So yeah, those are the things you can do with rage in this game, and that's what the mechanic overall does. I like it, and that's why it's number 2 on the list. I think it's great. I also know a lot of you might actually be upset with this on the list, and me saying Tekken 7 went a little bit mainstream with the gameplay and the way it is, but you got to understand that they never really had supers in their game at all. They had the rage mechanic in their game from Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which carried on to Tekken 6 and then on to Tekken 7. It's just in Tekken 7 they gave you a rage drive and a super off of it, so they gave you options off of it. But I do think it is their way of making this game mainstream, because this game is actually easy to get into, just hard to master. With that being said, the rage mechanic gives the casuals extra damage to come back on, a super with armor to just throw out there if say your opponent's at a certain amount of health, you know the super's gonna kill, you just want to get the round over with, you don't want to play with your food no more, you just throw that out there, call it out, they hit you. Now the number 1 on this list goes to Mortal Kombat 11 meter / wake up system mechanic. Same difference, right? Okay, so I think we're just gonna go with the basics. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and then this is my favorite stage to lab on. So now what this does is pretty much, the meter in this game is unlike meter in most fighting games, where Some of them return after going into the next round, or they just reset completely, and each opponent is just without meter. No. In this game, when you spin a bar of meter. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta fix that. Where is that? Refill. We're gonna leave it on full, right? Oh no. Oh wow. So you can't leave it on full. You should leave it on normal. When you spare a bar and meter in this game, bam, bar spent. After that meter, or after that, the move that meter was spent on is done, it starts regenerating. Bam. You see that? It regenerates, right? Also, I noticed you see a bar with a sword next to it and a bar with a shield next to it. This game has 2 bars a meter for offensive and defensive options. The most common offensive option you can do in this game is meter burn any move. Bam, bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom. Both meter burn, right? Now for defense, you have quite a bit of options. For defense, I would say you have breakaway, which, as you can see there, he broke away. Which breakaway is only a thing when you are being juggled. Since he was being juggled there, he could break away. See, from there he can break away because he's in a juggle state. Even from this slide, he's in a juggle state. See, he can always break away because he's in a juggle state, right? So you can spin your bar meter, your defensive bar meter, or offensive bar meter on those things. Here's the cream of the crop, though. There is a wake up option. You can turn this on, and we're gonna say you can wake up with forward roll, as the NPC just did, or you can wake up with back roll. Now these are both invincible. There's nothing you can do to hit your opponent here. See, those are invincible. There's nothing I can do. The only way you can punish or call out a roll is by grabbing. That's the only way. You have to grab them. Other than that, they get a free escape for a bar meter, which I think is just lovely. Now, the other thing you have is wake up, you have wake up 3, which is a launcher. This is a launcher, and your wake up butt options as far as like moves, they cost you 1 bar offense and 1 bar defensive meter. Okay, so that was the launcher that you can also combo off of. And then this one is just a standard attack that stuns your opponent and keeps them in place. So to perform this one, you just wake up 2. Or, oh wait, no, I said that right. What am I talking about? I'm sorry. If you don't know what 2 is, that's just triangle, which is pretty much your uppercut. But as you can see, yep, you spin both bars a meter. So for any of your wake up options outside of just waking up and blocking, you spin a bar. That is really, really nice, because I think it's a really smart way to do it, because in previous Mortal Kombat, you would wake up with a EX special move, which would have armor or invincibility on either one, which was really obnoxious and annoying to deal with for a lot of players and opponents. So that's why they created this system for this game. And then this meter system also ties into being able to flawless block. If I can show you here, go to block type, reversal mode, throw, spear. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna just set the opponent to flawless block, right? You see that? You say you flawless block, you can have him. You can pretty much have him like, wow, that's annoying. Oh, I don't know why they didn't make this an option in this training mode. So, when you flawless block in this game, you get, let me see, where is the wake up options? Okay, that's on. We're gonna have this, the Rising Blade, yes. Yep, auto. So you flawless block and you have access to be able to do one of these two moves. This one or the other one, which is the spear slice. And once you be that's gonna do it for all these stuff. And also I gotta say shout outs to Solok the boy, who is a guy from my Discord. He actually helped me a little bit on deciding some things for this video. And also I gotta say I am currently sponsored by Fatal Grips, which is a company that makes grips, skins, what is it? Not decoys, decals for your light bars. Sorry, I brain farted and wanted to say decoys for your light bar. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but yeah. So they make all those things for light bars on the PS4. They also make grips for PS4, Xbox, and Switch controllers. And by Switch I mean Joy-Cons. I think they also go on the Pro controllers as well. They have keyboards, mouses, and a gaming headset, and they also have merch, which is really nice. They are sold out on the shirt, one of the shirts that I really wanted, so I'm gonna get one of those shirts eventually when they're back in stock. But they are a great company and they make great products, because I have one for one of my controllers, which the grip on the controller is like kind of coming off, so I think I just ripped it off and put the grip from Fatal Grips on there, and I've been enjoying it a lot lately. It's a great thing to have. And if you guys want 10% off your next purchase of Fatal Grips, you just use the code FatalChill. The link in the description. There will be a link in the description for all this down below. Thank you all for stopping by, watching. If you watch this to the end, thank you very much for watching it to the end. Give me any feedback for this video, what I can do different, how to better the video. And this is definitely my first time doing something of this level or caliber. And yeah, thank you very much. I'm out. Be breezy, stay frosty.